Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Go Country 105. Hey, if you missed any part of this show or you just want to hear it again, go to brothersonlaw.com for all of our previous shows and all things Brothers on Law.
When I was on the Stern Show, like in my heyday, the first 3 or 4 years when the Stuttering John thing was like a cult phenomenon, and I got a call from a high school teacher, and she said, look, I have this African-American kid, he's about 15, 16, his name is Conroy Arnold, and he really stutters bad. He looks up to you. Do you mind speaking to him? And I said, sure. So Conroy comes into the office I was occupying at K-Rock, and I'm telling you guys, this kid cannot spit out a word. It was so sad. I had tears in my eyes. And I got out of him that he was going on a date that night. He was taking a girl that he really liked to the movies.
Oh, sweet.
So I said, all right, Conroy, and I pulled this out of my, out of my butt. I obviously I'm not a speech therapist. I said, do me a favor, bring a notebook and a pen, because this way, if you can't talk at the movies, you can at least write what you want to say down so you can communicate. Right. And maybe by having this crutch, it'll alleviate, the pressure to speak, and maybe it'll help you be able to speak more fluently.
Right.
So the kid walks out, out of my office, never hear from the kid in 10, 13 years, ever again. When I give my notice to Howard that I'm leaving to go to the Tonight Show, we were all going to Atlantic City. So we're at the Brigado, the high-class restaurant, and we get done with our dinner, and the waitress comes up to me and says, John, do you mind speaking to our head chef? And I go, sure, what's his name? Conroy Arnold.
Did you remember at that point?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I was always wondering what happened to this kid.
That name was burned in your brain.
So he walks out, grown man, tall, handsome, in the chef's outfit, and he comes up to me, does not stutter at all. Not one stutter. I say, wow. Conroy, what happened to the stutter? And he goes, John, I still carry around that notebook and pen.
Oh, wow. My God, that's so touching.
Isn't that great?
That is a testament.
And he said, I don't need it for the speech anymore. Now I just write all my recipes. And then the joke is, but I swear this is true, knowing me, I had to ask. I go, well, did you get lucky that night? He goes, yeah. And I go, crap, I gotta start carrying around a notebook and a pen.
Larry, give me that notebook, please.
No, but that's a true story. And
wow.
I posted the story on Facebook, and then Conroy responded, entirely true.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's great. I love having that kind of story.
Hey, John, I wanted to ask you, one of our favorite movies is My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
You interviewed Fred Gwynn, who was the judge.
Yes.
Yeah. How did that go?
It was probably mine and Howard's favorite Stuttering John interview, because he was so nice, and I was asking such ridiculous questions. He was at an art exhibit. And, I had to promise the publicist, who was a beautiful blonde, I had to say, she says, don't ask any Munster questions, don't ask any Car 54 questions. I promised her. I gave her my word. And then every question with her there, me and Fred was it hard getting into that green makeup? And then...
Well, wait. We got to tell the audience. Fred Gwynn was Herman Munster.
Yeah.
He was, before that, Car 54, Where Are You?
Yeah.
And he's the judge in My Cousin
Yes.
Vinny.
Right.
Boom, now go.
Yes, so then I had to ask the question, did Vincent Van Gogh ever dress up like Frankenstein? and then he had to just say, John, I'm going to make believe I didn't hear that question.
The gentleman.
But he was so nice.
Yeah.
And he has what I have. It's like, because when I saw My Cousin Vinny in the theaters, as soon as Fred Gwynn came on the screen, the first thing everybody said, Herman Munster.
Yeah.
And, I get pigeonholed like that, too. Like, I've been in movies, Dude, Where's My Car? And as soon as I come to the screen, Stuttering John, it's, people just know you as that,
that character.
Kind of labeled in that regard.
Yeah.
Stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course, brothersonlaw.com.
Hey, if you missed any part of this show or you just want to hear it again, go to brothersonlaw.com for all of our previous shows and all things Brothers on Law. Jay Leno, is he a nice guy? He seems like a nice guy.
Jay is one of the nicest bosses you could ever have. I worked with Jay for 10 years, and you can't. I'll give everybody an example, because Jay got so much flack over the the Team Coco thing when they said Jay took the job from Conan.
Right.
Just to give, I was there during this time. What really happened is Conan told the NBC executives, if you don't get rid of Jay, I'm going to leave in 5 years. So he laid down the gauntlet. So then Jay gracefully stepped down, only to have Conan's ratings go in the dump, and then NBC asked him for his job back, and Jay's like, well, yeah, and that's to make a long story short. Everything's in my book, Easy for You to Say, which was a bestseller on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
That came out in 2008.
2018.
Yeah, last year.
But I will say that this is an example of what a great mensch that Jay Leno is. When Jimmy Fallon was going to, was about to take over, they said to Jay, we want you to step down in February, even though his contract wasn't up until September. But they wanted him to step down in February because they wanted to promote Jimmy Fallon during the Olympics, because NBC had the Olympics, so they wanted to get as much steam as they could. Jay, this is what he did. He said, okay, I'll step down. You don't have to pay my salary, but I want you to pay every one of my 150 staff members their full salaries up until September in one bulk sum.
Okay.
So I got a 6-figure payout. Thanks to Jay, and that's just Jay. That's just me. And I, like, there was other more higher paid. I stutter on the R's, even though it's a W. Higher paid writers there. But I mean, that must have been a $15 million payout. Yeah. And Jay did that. This is what Jay does. Which the juxtaposition between him and Howard is there's a very stark contrast.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of thing.
What did you do on the?
Howard can be a tough guy to work with, because he seems very cool in his interviews.
But now he does. But
okay.
He's kind of trying to rewrite history, and it's kind of sad to see if you're a true loyalist Howard Stern fan. And for me, I was there during the heyday of Howard when it was cutting edge, and now he's trying, like, I've always said this, he always wanted to be loved by the entertainment community.
Yeah.
Which is why he got so mad. I was on a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and I got national exposure, and all the celebrities were loving me, and I ended up getting an appearance on The Tonight Show, which was my dream. I prayed on my cot to God, please.
As a stand-up, you mean?
No, just as a guest. I said, I was like, God, I'm on the cot when all the other celebrities like Melissa Rivers and Bruce Jenner and all the
Caitlyn.
Robin Leach, they were all complaining about, I'm in my underwear, it's pouring on me, and I would just lie in the cot and pray that Jay was goofing on the show and I could be a guest. And then I make it to the last day, and then my wife tells me, she has, I have a surprise for you. You booked on The Tonight Show.
Sweet.
Which I got chills right now when I tell the story. So I got chills. I flew on the plane from Australia, that's where the show was shot, to The Tonight Show. I wrote my jokes in the town car on the way there, did the appearance, and killed it. Yeah, it's like that Eminem song, lose yourself in the moment.
That's right.
And it's being at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And right when we hit commercial break, the executive producer Debbie Vickers and the head writer Joe Medeiros offered me a job.
I love it. And so
that's an American.
So John, what was your role in the Tonight Show?
I was the announcer. I was making the joke, what is wrong with The Tonight Show? They hired a stutterer to be their announcer. That's like entrusting Charlie Sheen with your Coke.
Have you suffered or been injured by someone else's negligence? When you need a legal team that will stand up for what is right, won't give up the fight and obtain justice, call 818-886-6600. Mandel Trial Lawyers specializes in personal injury cases of all types. Whether it's a car accident, product or premises liability, dog bite, or a catastrophic injury, Mandel Trial Lawyers are there for you when the fight is worth it. Call now for your free consultation. 818-886-6600. Let the scales of justice tip in your favor.
Okay, now I got a Jay Leno story. About a month and a half ago, I'm in a pizza restaurant. I won't mention the pizza restaurant. Really good one on Melrose. And Jay comes walking in with his wife. No, let's him over. All right. No, I can't remember the name of it. Now I'm all messed up. And he gave us a big smile, but he wanted to be, left alone. But the funniest thing about it was that, he's there with his wife, he's eating. I go out in the parking lot, I'm looking for the car, where's the car? He had driven there in a Mini Cooper.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that weird? Yeah,
It
because
must
there
have
wasn't
been-
any other car in the parking lot besides mine and this other car.
It must have been some
Special.
first off the, the first one off the line. He gets cars for free from all these
Oh,
companies.
is that right?
Yeah, because then he'll put it on. Well, I don't know if it's quid pro quo. That seems to be the saying lately. But
yeah.
but
It's a legal term, by the way,
Yeah.
John.
no, I know that.
Something for something.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a Latin term, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, who scored higher on the bar? You were.
I'm raising my hand.
Who took the bar first?
I tell you what, that's because you're a lot older.
I
Doesn't
could never,
matter.
I could never pass a bar. I go right in.
Larry
Good
does
joke,
too, by the way.
Good joke. I like that.
But,
Hey, John, so what's
yeah.
on the horizon for you?
Well, we just came out with the book, and I'm working on my next one. It's called John Line Dating. Because-
Online dating.
Yeah, ever since my divorce, I decided to go on Match.com and Plenty of Fish and Tinder and Hinge.
How's it working out?
It's been okay, but the stories are just. Let's just say there are some crazy people out
Oh
there.
yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I have a date.
Crazier than Howard Stern.
Yeah, I have a date today in Marina Del Rey.
Oh, you do?
For a girl I met on Hinge.
Not unhinged. Hinge.
No, it's Hinge.
Okay.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Stonehenge. Yeah.
And I'm gonna, but I'll let you know how that goes.
So the name of your first book that's already out is called Easy for You to Say.
Easy for you to say.
And it's on strictly on Amazon, or can you get it in a
I
bookstore?
don't know. You can get it at Barnes and Noble, but it's like Jay did a blurb in it, like
Cool.
Larry the Cable Guy, Guy Fieri,
Oh, yeah.
Steven Weber, Richard Lewis, Jillian Barbary. A lot of my celebrity friends.
Richard Lewis, he's still around.
Yeah, I just had him on my podcast.
He's great. He was on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right, he was on that a lot. It was very funny. Have you had a stint on that with Larry David? or-
No, I wish I would be great on that show.
Yeah, you sure would.
And it's one of my
great.
favorite shows. Well, you know what I found out when I had Richard Lewis on? They went to summer camp together. Larry David and Richard Lewis.
Really?
As
They
kids.
didn't know it at the time, but they hated each other. And then when they started doing comedy, they were talking, and they were talking, and Richard went, well, yeah, I went to summer camp in Jersey, and Larry goes, yeah, I went to that camp, and then they went, what years? The same years. And then Richard went, holy crap, I hated you. And then Larry goes, I know, I hated you too. And now they're best of friends.
That's a great story.
Yeah, well, Larry David, is he anything like he portrays himself in Curb Your Enthusiasm? Is he that neurotic?
That is
Yes.
him.
Yes. Yeah, that is him. There's no acting in it. Which is why George Costanza was based on him.
That's right.
Just having all the quirks.
But George is a little more lovable than the Larry David character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a few great Jay Leno stories if you want.
Sure, tell us one.
All right. This is in my book because I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and
So do I.
yeah. I
All
know.
lawyers have that.
Yeah, but Jay Leno has it, and he has it bad. The guy wears the same shirt every day. It's actually not the same, but
The blue denim.
always the blue denim.
Yeah.
But he's got like 20 or 30 blue denim shirts
yeah.
in his closet.
That is a little OCD when you say it.
And then I asked someone, I just don't want to have to choose between shirts. And I just have to, I just have the same shirt. I don't have to choose. But anyway,
Nice.
so Jay is very OCD, and before he had to go on stage before every Tonight Show, he had to touch the specific door handle.